Yo. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. Welcome to another episode of Word of Mouth TV. I'm happy you're here, and if you ain't here, I hope you watch it later. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Get in here, let's come fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me and my commentary and how I break it down, you feel me? We got something to address today and shit, so we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to pile up in here and shit and show some love. Hit that like button. Follow me on YouTube at Word of Mouth TV, all the etc. I was looking for my phone. It's right here. I'm recording on my phone. I gotta stop smoking weed. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm Golden Boy J. Let the record reflect that. In case you didn't know, you can address me by that. So yeah, before we get started, let me show y'all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little stressed out right now. You know the three letters that you don't ever want to see come in your mailbox or recall on your phone? You see what that say? IRS. That's not good. They've been on my bumper, you feel me? They talking about some shit from 2018 and they threatening me and they calling me. It ain't even no big money I owe them. You know what I'm saying? They acting like it's big money. To me, it's some change. So I'm gonna get them people situated so they don't have to come get at me and get to doing their tactics, because the IRS ain't no joke, you feel me? I'm scared of them. I'm scared of the FBI, the DEA, all the three-letter gangs, FBI, DEA, IRS, and all the other shit that's part of that motherfucking agency, right? But anyway, let's get to the topic. I want to break down this Tory Lanez. I said, why am I saying Tory Lanez? Free Tory Lanez. This Boosie and Lil Vlad situation. I'm a couple of days behind on it, but not really, because they still trending and going back and forth. So it's only right, you know what I'm saying, I come give you a real ass perspective, like only I can bring, you know what I'm saying? While I get my blunt together. Shout out to the motherfucker that sold me this fire too. I'm finna make it do what it do. Anyway, so if you guys didn't know, that's why you're here on this channel, because we bring everything to the forefront, right? You dig? Vlad and Boosie, you know what I'm saying? So Vlad has been having Boosie come on for some years now, you know what I mean? They've been doing some good interviews. Their numbers always come out good. They address good topics. Boosie's one of his, if not top three guests to book, he's number one or two, you feel me? He's definitely in the top motherfuckers that get booked by Vlad because of the numbers he do, the engagement, just all the way around. It's a profitable situation, right? So they've been doing videos for some years now. They had a great business relationship / friendship. Everything worked. So yeah, but it started to get rocky recently, which I don't know why Vlad did this, you know what I'm saying? Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, he fucked up. As soon as he started saying that he actually pays his guests and how much he actually pays, I knew that was gonna ruffle some feathers. I know niggas, certain guests was gonna demand raises. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna go. It's just gonna fuck up the whole infrastructure. So here we are. So like I said, Boosie and Vlad was doing interviews for years. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you follow Vlad and you follow Boosie, they know they had a good thing going. Their formula worked. You know what I'm saying? Boosie was on Vlad 3, 4, 5 times a year, sometimes even more than that, addressing various topics that's going on in the industry, right? So recently Vlad came out, something happened, and Vlad had came out and made an announcement that the highest paid interview that he ever did was Tekashi Rat 6ix9ine, and they said Vlad said he compensated him $50,000, right? So of course, you know what I'm saying, naturally, me personally, I'm not gonna count nobody else's pockets. So I'm getting what I'm getting, and the next person getting what they get, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna take what I get and make it do what it do, you know what I'm saying? That pocket watching shit is for hoes, strippers, and 304s and shit like that. That people that's into that type of shit. A man should never pocket watch another man's motherfucking pockets. That's a whole nother category. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video, right? So they had a good, a good working relationship / friendship. They were doing numbers. Both of them winning. Vlad was making his profit. Boosie was getting paid. And so after the announcement of Vlad announcing that 6ix9ine was paid $50,000, like a day or two that went by, and then Boosie and Vlad was, because Boosie hasn't been on Vlad in like 4 or 5 months, right? So I guess people have been asking, where's Boosie? Where's Boosie? Where's Boosie? Which saying that he is in demand, you feel me? That means you're in demand. That means you're an asset to whatever situation. An asset is always a good. That means you're bringing something to the table, right? So like I said, they had a good formula. So it came out that Boosie, he said I would like a raise, you know what I'm saying? From what I've been getting, I want to increase on the money you've been paying me. And so I guess they had went back and forth or whatever, and they just couldn't come to a mutual agreement, right? And I'm like, damn. So when the number had came out, how much Boosie was getting paid, he was getting paid $25,000. I'm like, man, $25,000 just to go sit down for like what, an hour and a half, and just have a conversation about various topics and give your input, and then you leave and you $25,000 richer. I just felt like that's a great situation. You feel me? Just to go sit down and get your perspective on whatever is going on or trending in the internet space and get paid $25,000. I was like, hell yeah, that's a good situation. But then I had to look at it on Boosie's side of the fence, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always two sides you can look at it. And at the end, before I end this video, I'm gonna give you whose side that I sided with and give you my perspective. Okay, boom. So Boosie was getting paid $24,000. He wanted a $10,000 increase. He wanted $35,000. I don't know if he was hating because Vlad said that 6ix9ine was his biggest paid interview, and being that Boosie is a returning guest, a consistent guest on Vlad's platform, he probably feel like, man, I'm the #1 guest that should be booking. I should be getting that type of money, blah, 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 blah. But the numbers got to make sense, right? So before Vlad declined and just shot him all the way off, Vlad said, okay, let me go look at the numbers. Let me do the research and see if it makes sense. Vlad was willing to give him the pay increase. So when Vlad went to look at the numbers or whatever, he said, you know, he noticed that Boosie's numbers have been decreasing. It had been decreasing. So it's like, okay, you're asking for this increase in payment from 25 to 35, but when I do the research and look at your numbers, it doesn't make sense. You're decreasing. So you're asking for more money, but your numbers are not making the money. So that's going to technically put Vlad in the red, right? Why would you pay $35,000 for something that you're not going to make $35,000 on? You're actually losing money. You're losing profit. You know what I'm saying? So business-wise, it didn't make sense. I understood that part on Vlad's behalf. But then on Boosie's behalf, as you know, like, okay, like I said, Boosie been doing interviews with Vlad for years, you know what I'm saying? So in anything in life, whether you're working a job, a career, where you're hustling, anything you're doing that has to do with money, eventually you're going to want a pay increase. You're going to want some more money. So Boosie, to me, he ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? I've been coming on your platform for years. And he like, shit, it's about time I get a raise, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I get you your views, I get paid. Yeah, Vlad pays him the money, but Vlad owns the content. So Vlad gonna eat off that content for the rest of his life. It's always gonna continue to generate money. So Vlad technically owns the masters to the video. So Boosie's getting a one-time payment of $25,000, and Vlad at the, you know, when it was at the $25,000 agreed amount, Vlad's gonna make that $25K, and he's definitely gonna make some profit because ain't nobody doing nothing for free, right? So boom, it was making sense until Boosie asked for the $35,000. When you're asking for a pay increase, but your numbers are decreasing. So basically, Boosie's looking at it like, man, I've been on this platform for a while. It's time for me to get a raise. Vlad, you being cheap. I'm one of your best booked guests. Give me my money. You feel me? I'm bringing something to the table. I'm Boosie. I'm a rapper. I keep it real. I'm from the streets. This is all the shit that Boosie is trying to sell to Vlad to get the increase in payment, right? And Vlad staying firm, he like, it just don't make no sense. Why would I pay you extra money and I would be losing money at that point? It just don't make no business sense. So at that point, they was at a standstill and they couldn't figure it out. So as of right now, I guess, you know, Boosie's starting his own YouTube, his own Patreon, his own page, and he's gonna be doing his own interviews. So he's stepping into the arena of a content creator, right? I guess he said, fuck it, I'll do everything myself and make more money and own the content and make money for the rest of my life, right? Versus just keep going on these white dudes' platforms, helping them get rich, and I get left with nothing at the end of the day. So like I said, I was gonna give y'all my perspective. I just wanted to break everything down so y'all know what's going on, right? And to me personally, it's like, I heard Rick Ross say a quote, and I 100% agree with it. He's like, you know how I got rich and I came up? He said, I don't leave no money on the table. You might have a person over here that want to pay you $25,000. You might have somebody over here that want to pay you $10,000. He said, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get both of them. I'm not leaving no money on the table. And I feel like that's how Boosie should have addressed the situation. Feel me? Go get that $25K. Don't leave that money. Don't leave no money out there. Go get paid. Nigga, it's only for an hour worth of work and you running your mouth and giving your motherfucking 2 cents on the topics. That's easy money. I don't know where Boosie is financially. I know he say he do shows every weekend. He say he make 100 G's every weekend doing shows, but you can be making more going to sit down with Vlad, getting that easy money. That's an easy payday, bro. But I ain't mad at Boosie for, you know what I'm saying, feel like, oh, I know my worth, I deserve an increase, and I need the money, blah, 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 this and that. So to me, there ain't really no, two people could be right at the same time, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no wrong perspective in this situation, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, right now, they're at a standstill. Vlad ain't wrong, and Boosie ain't wrong, you know what I'm saying? I guess they should have just tried to meet in the middle, so they could continue to keep on creating greatness and giving us this great content and these great interviews that he does on Vlad's channel. So like I said, Boosie's setting his up on his own page up. He's doing it right now. He's going to be releasing his interviews. And like Vlad said, Boosie's going to get to see and go through the stuff that I have to go to being a content creator. You got to pay everybody. You got to get edited. You got to do this. You got to do that. And like Vlad was explaining, it takes a while to build a platform that's actually profitable. You're not just going to start making content and then boom, you're rich. It's a lot of work to come into this. You got to hire camera crews. Vlad was explaining everything that comes into this, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of out-of-pocket costs for Vlad, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes he was explaining that he don't even make the money on the interview. Sometimes they get demonetized. Sometimes they don't do as well, so he loses money. You know, it's an up and down business and shit. So Boosie said, fuck it, I'm going to do everything myself. I ain't mad at Boosie for that, you know what I'm saying? Stepping into his own arena. He got the connection. He's a rapper. So I'm pretty sure he can get big interviews and all that and get whoever to come on his show. He's in the mix. He's in the industry. You feel me? But like Vlad said, Vlad was like, I support Boosie doing his own platform. Boosie's a good guest. People like him. Woo. But, you know, he's going to see how this shit works out, how the numbers break down. So like I said, as far as I'm concerned, you feel me? Both of them are right. Nobody's wrong. But ultimately, I'm going to lean towards more Boosie should, you know, he should go get that 25K, bro. Don't leave no money on the table because you and your feelings, or that nigga didn't want to pay you an extra 10K. Whatever, okay, he don't want to pay the 10K. Keep stacking up that 25K. You on some hustler shit, nigga. You don't leave no that's legit legal money to go just give your motherfucking, your perspective on shit, man. Go get that money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Put the pride to the side. Go get that money from Vlad, and then continue. You can take the money that you make from Vlad and invest it into your motherfucking content, into your platform. Because it sounds like you trying to be the next Vlad. Because at the end of the day, Vlad is like, in this content, internet space, Vlad is like #1. If he ain't #1, he's top 3. Vlad is a motherfucking seasoned vet at this shit. He been giving us content for years. Everybody and their mama done seen a Vlad interview. He got timeless classics on his page. So we can't hate on Vlad. Is he a culture vulture? I ain't gonna give my opinion on that, because like I said, I enjoy Vlad's videos. It's the niggas that keep going on there. If you feel like a nigga's a culture vulture, why do you niggas keep running to these white guys' platforms, the Adam 22s, the motherfucking Vlads and all that? Build your own shit. Make your own lane. Create your own space. You feel me? And that's why I like to break these topics down, because I put everything out there so that the people can follow me and understand what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Simplicity. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down. Who do y'all agree with? You agree with Boosie? You agree with DJ Vlad? You know what I'm saying? Who's right and who's wrong? And also, pay your taxes so you ain't in my position and the IRS be calling your phone and sending shit to your motherfucking house talking about you owe from 2018. I'm gone. I'll be at y'all later.